Okay, so this evening we are going to have a look at the DC Designs PT-17 Stearman in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I've just bought this from Just Flight, and we're going to go and have a fly in it and do a circuit around Santa Barbara in the USA. So let's jump across to Flight Simulator. It's worth pointing out, look how much this aeroplane is. It's only £10.99. So I'm sure, given exchange rates at the moment, it's probably one of the most reasonable, high quality aircraft in the simulator, or I certainly think so. So here it is, it's on the ground at Santa Barbara. I've plugged in the Xbox controller so we can go to the inside view, go to the drone camera view, and I can zoom us in a little bit, and we can see with the drone camera we can get a nice look at the airplane, so we can pan around it properly, which you can't do with the keyboard typically. It's a gorgeous aeroplane, isn't it? So if we go and have a look, inside, obviously the pilot, in line with all of the airplanes in Flight Sim, disappears when you get too close. Yeah, it's pretty special. I think we can rotate the camera as well in drone view. Yeah, so if we zoom in gently, you can see the attention to detail in it is absolutely staggering. And the best thing about it is it runs very smoothly. Just look at the way the light bounces off all the structures and the cables, and the even bigger surprise once we get inside it is the sound set in it is absolutely incredible. So if I just zoom us back out, just going to have a quick look at the engine. I mean, look at the quality of the cables, and the engine is just, it's remarkable. Even down to the wheels and the hoods over them, it's just absolute, or spats I guess they should be called. It's remarkable, the whole thing is. So yeah, I was going to mention about the sounds. So we're sat back inside the cockpit now, so I'm going to use the mouse to pan around, and we're going to it's uncanny. If you can put headphones on and hear how deep these sounds are, it's absolutely remarkable. Okay, so let's get the engine going, and then you get even more of an idea of what I'm talking about. So let's just check the controls are working correctly. So let's look down in the cockpit. If I move the mixture, so we don't have a mixture control in it. Okay, which is probably accurate. Oh, we do have a mixture control. Hang on a second, I'm just going to go and reconfigure the controls. I'm going to pause recording while I do that. Okay, sorted out. I forgot, when you plug the Xbox controller in, it kind of takes over from other controls if you let it, which I had accidentally done. Okay, so yes, we can see we've got mixture, we've got throttle. Obviously we can stir the stick around, we saw that happening outside. That's all working nicely. We've got rudder pedals as well. So let's go and start the engine. So we turn the magneto to both. We have mixture on full. We have throttle cracked open, and then we hit the starter. Oh, it helps if you turn the battery on. Give it a bit more throttle. So you can see the RPM raising. What a gorgeous sound. We have smoke, we have strobes, and we have a nav light. This is a fairly modernised version of the aircraft. We can turn the avionics on, which has switched on this bizarre looking transponder radio down here, but we're not going to worry too much about that. But otherwise, looking around the aircraft, the quality of the 3D model is absolutely second to none. It's wonderful. Okay, so if we go and have a look outside. Look at the airframe moving around. So I'm cutting the mixture back to see if the engine will stall. Okay, should we take it out for a fly? So let's have a look on the map. So we are at Santa Barbara, as I said. We're going to taxi left, then right onto... Actually, if we taxi left, we can go straight out onto runway 25. So, something that's handy in planes like this is being able to slide yourself sideways in the cockpit, which is doing no more than what the pilots would have done many years ago, of leaning sideways. So we're going to do that when we taxi out. So we're going to come off the parking brake. Hopefully avoid the forklift with the death wish. And we're going to go and fly a circuit and see how it goes, and then maybe do some gentle aerobatics and just admire this aeroplane in the air. It's so docile to fly. It's rapidly become, I've only flown it a couple of times, it's become my favourite aircraft at the moment. Just, you know, for a fun aeroplane to go out and fly that's nice and simple, you don't have to do much to control it. Okay, so we gently ease back on the stick and the plane goes into the air. It was as simple as that to take off. So we can press F to get the normal view. We can look down the side so we can see where we're going. So we'll climb out to 1,000 feet. We're only at 300 feet at the moment. But the aeroplane pretty much does what you ask of it. So I was just going to go and check the recording volumes, so you should be able to hear me over it. I'm just going to turn the engine down a little bit, even though it does sound amazing, so you can hear me over it. We're up 1,000 feet now, so we're going to ease forward on the stick, take the throttle off a bit. And begin a left turn. Let's have a look around while we're doing this turn. I mean, look at that. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? How good does that look? And how good does it sound? An amazing aeroplane. Don't let me flying it in such a relaxed manner kind of belie what it can do. You really can throw this aeroplane around as well. But I'll get to that in a moment. I'm just going to do a circuit first, just to show you how easy it is to fly more than anything. So if we go back inside, so you can hear the airflow over the aircraft. So what we're going to do now is go full throttle, just to give you an idea of stress on the airframe. So we're coming up towards maximum speed. Can you hear that? So I'm going to ease off again. It really doesn't like going too fast. Okay, so we can see Santa Barbara over there. So we're going to come in and do an approach. It's easier to do this from inside, isn't it, to judge the runway? It's a huge runway. It's not really an issue for this aeroplane, but of course because it's a biplane it doesn't have flaps. I think some biplanes do, but most of this era of biplane don't have flaps. So let's centre our view up. We'll go out to one side so we can see the runway. Thankfully it's a nice still day, but the plane is very docile even in quite turbulent wind. Okay, back airborne again. So what did we just hear? That was the citation or whatever it is that was pulling out to the runway. Okay, I mentioned about this being a high performance aeroplane and we were flying it in a very docile manner. You'll see what I mean now. So, nose up. It rolls very easily. Also, this is not going to be a problem for this, so let's just zoom out slightly. Steep turns are also well within its capabilities. Like I said, you really can't throw it around. So yeah, this is the Stearman. It's absolutely brilliant and it sounds amazing. So we'll just come back down the airfield and then we'll come in and land it. Go a bit more of a Spitfire approach this time, a much tighter turn onto the runway. Okay, let's get inside. Look how quickly you can turn if you need to. It's ridiculous. Basically flying a kite. Whoa! As you can see, I need to practice a little bit more. But what an aeroplane. Try and avoid taking out some of the lights. And there we go. So this is the DC Designs PT-17 Stearman from Just Flight. £10.99. What an awesome aeroplane for just going for a fly-in. I think it's fantastic. There's not much to the controls. It's a very simple aircraft to operate. But yeah, unbelievable. So obviously to cut the engine, like with any other aeroplane, we cut the fuel. Turn the magnetos off. And turn the avionics off, turn the battery off, turn the nav light and the strobe light off. We could have put smoke on as well, which looks amazing as well. It billows out behind you. But there you go. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's probably one of my favourite aeroplanes I've ever seen in a flight simulator, and it actually feels like you're flying when you're flying it. So there you go, that's the Stearman, the PT-17 Stearman in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Go check it out.